Hey team, welcome back. We're going to talk about transitions. We have talked about transition in the past. It is a very important topic, a very tricky topic, because as you get more advanced, you know that that's where the time is. If you're a competitor or you do drills and you want to get better than everybody else, transitions is where you put a lot of time. Obviously, you've probably already sorted out your draw, you've sorted out your reloads, you've sorted out some of your movement, and you're like, okay, how do I become more competitive? Or, if I'm in a class, how to do these drills better than somebody else? Or, you just understand that if you're gonna have multiple bad dudes, you need to be able to move the gun from target to target, and nobody's gonna stay still in one spot. And if you have multiple dudes, you need to be able to be, appropriate for that situation as well. Transitions is where a lot of people leave a lot of time on the table. And I think honestly, people sometimes force transitions by moving the gun very quickly between all the targets, or they will, a lot of problems happen when people will start getting tensed up and you can see their shoulders coming up a little bit and they're moving the gun very erratically. You probably have seen videos of yourself driving the gun, people keep saying about driving the gun. Honestly, that should probably stop. I feel like it's a bad word when it comes to moving the gun between targets. Move the gun between targets. Driving the gun is so forceful, in my opinion. People oftentimes will overrun a target or arrive to the target so imprecisely that they're pasting bad shots on the way in, bad shots on the way out, because they're so concerned with driving. I think transitions are about snapping the eyes to a small spot on the target, visualizing a coin-sized spot on each target that you want to address, and then allowing the gun to arrive to that spot precisely and consistently so that when it does arrive, you can shoot aggressively and be happy with your results without doubting whether you saw enough on that target. A lot of the times you see people will go to that target and then they'll snap the guy and the gun and the eyes at the very same. They're trying to be obviously your eyes in your head will move to the target faster than your gun can if you are willing to move them earlier. A lot of people will just follow their gun, happy to follow their gun to the next target so they don't lose their sights or something. I don't know why they would do that, but that's when you get very imprecise shots. The gun won't arrive very predictably and it won't arrive to the same spot every single time that you're looking at. And so then you'll have to get there and clean up your sights before you shoot, or you'll be the complete donkey scrub. They will move the gun very fast, and as soon as you have any sort of paper target, brown cardboard behind you, you just squirt and be happy with it. I believe all of those are incorrect. Tensing up isn't going to help you. Moving the gun in the eyes at the same time isn't going to help you. Some people straight up teach it that way. Also, using the word driving when it comes to moving the gun between targets, I feel is detrimental to your progress. So how do we do that correctly? I have a target that's just about in front of me, just to the left of the camera. I have a target of my 90 degree here, and I have a target of my 90 degree there. I'm pretty sure yes. You should be able to see that and you're not gonna see that's next to one of the cameras back there, okay? So I am going to be pointing at that target and I'm gonna move my eyes and my head with lots of aggression. That's where the driving, if anywhere, is going to go. It will be an aggressive snap from spot to spot. Now on these targets, I did not put a paster or whatever. You absolutely can put a paster on all the targets to kind of drive your vision. For me, I am getting so used to envisioning those pasters. I've been practicing with these little pasters on all of my targets for so long now. I'm getting used to looking at a spot. So this is the way it ought to look, even in slow motion, right? I'm gonna get that, and that, and that, and that. It's going to look like I am snapping my vision, snapping my eyes, snapping my head, and then the gun, it's almost lazy behind it. Why don't I push the gun? People would say, well, if you push the gun a little bit faster to the next spot, you'll be able to cut the transition time. What will happen more likely than not? Now look, eventually, yes, you can push a little bit of that speed depending on how wide the transition is. I think I can make a different video about when is it appropriate to push the gun speed, moving the gun, right? I think maybe I'll make a different video. For right now, you're working on moving your eyes and your head. If you must move your head, It needs to be because it's like such a far transition. If it's like inside your 45 degrees or something like that, just move your eyes, man. Just move your eyes and the gun will go, okay? But for this, I do need to move my eyes and my head very aggressively, very aggressively, very aggressively. So let's do the drill part of today.